Rick Simmons is the co-founder and CEO of the Talos Institute and joins me now. Rick, what does the Talos Institute do? Talk to me about that.
We tend to think that we're supposed to know all of these things about other generations or even the business of navigating periods of transition. But the reality is that most of us receive a promotion or we get a new opportunity because of our functional expertise, not because they have deep understanding about how to navigate these transitional zones. And the data tells us that 50% of today's transitioning leader is unsuccessful in making that transition. What we're able to do is come and really augment all of that functional area expertise and supplement it with some base level understanding about other generations in this case, or about transitions in general to help make sure that all that functional expertise can get deployed in the best way possible. Essentially, we're the sought after solution for executive coaching and leadership advisory services to organizations around the world. Everything from one-on-one executive coaching to team cohesion work to large-scale change management initiatives. When organizations are at key points of transition, they call the Talos Institute.
Talk to me about this new partnership between the Talos Institute and ISCEA.
We're really excited, Jack, to be partnering with the ISCEA. The technical training and the superior consultation that ISCEA has provided over the years to their membership base is exactly what we hope to do in the organizational development realm. Our ability to bring our expertise to their member organizations is an exciting proposition for us and hopefully value added to their members as well.
As you say, transition and change is always one of the most difficult things to handle. So it's great to have that expertise, I think, with the Talos Institute.
We can serve as a highly effective and high reliable solution to make sure those transitions of a new leader go well. Same goes for a newly constructed or a newly convened team. The statistics bear themselves out much very similarly. And we, again, can be a high reliable solution to make sure that when those teams come together, they come together and work together most effectively. And then at the enterprise-wide level, amidst mergers and acquisitions, same goes statistically at that level as well. We can be a resource for an organization at large to help make sure that those mergers and those acquisitions come together so they can start being effective together much more quickly and more reliably.
Hey, listen, you're the co-founder of the Talos Institute. I'm really curious, what was the catalyst for you to co-found such an organization? Why did you think this was a problem that needed to be solved?
I spent the first 12 years of my career in the financial services industry, Jack, and many of those years I was in the room where deals were happening, corporate acquisitions or divestitures, and I naturally started asking questions about managing change or charting a strategic direction forward post acquisition or merger. I started asking questions about leading well in the midst of those transitional periods. And the truth is, most of the time, I was told to go get another 100 basis points on our EBITDA and move along. And so I wanted to come in the room differently. I wanted to have an impact on the trajectory, the arc of the success of an organization beyond just getting a deal done. And I didn't see a lot of solutions for that in the marketplace. And I felt like we could make a difference and that would be the best way for me to make a difference.
Well, you've certainly made a difference, and the Talos Institute obviously doing some exceptionally great work, and now giving the opportunity for ICA members as well to access some of that knowledge and benefit from that.
You know, the world we live in today is more volatile, it's more uncertain, more complex, and more ambiguous than ever. And what we're finding is the ability to win in the marketplace today is as much to do with being competent at your core offering as it is being able to manage those transition points that exist in every business, in every industry, and in the world at large today.
you run workshops as well on a range of factors, including something called the generational gap as well. Talk to me about those workshops and the benefits that those can deliver.
Yeah, thanks, Jack. And certainly the things that I'm talking about today are broad examples of a whole suite and set of services that we bring to the table. And generational transitions are certainly one of those. I think what we've come to understand is that, the way one generation looks at their work and their relationship to work, how they view success, both professionally and their lives more broadly, is very different from one generation to the next. And our ability to help bridge a level of understanding, a level of appreciation, and then be able to deploy people across a whole spectrum of generations more effectively inside their work and in support of an organization's objectives, um, I think could be quite beneficial and quite liberating both for the whole organization and each member that's inside that organization.
Rick Simmons, co-founder and CEO of the Talos Institute. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Jack.